Hey everybody, Sentai5 here, and welcome to my review of the deluxe King-Ohger. I got this off Amazon Japan, link is down below. I'm really excited to review this for you all today, and let's just get right into it. Starting off with the giant packaging it comes in. This is the set that comes with God Kabuto, but I won't be reviewing God Kabuto in this video, I'll be doing it in a separate video after this. Alright, so let's open this thing. Some assembly is required. Let's take a look at God Kuwagata. I really like how the main Shugods have the scratch paint look all over them. I think it's a really neat design choice, and it kind of shows just like how they've been through quite some battles and stuff. Legs are on a ball joint, which is really nice to have. The horns or jaws, whatever you want to call them, can move. And the wings open up. It's also very top heavy, so you need to position the legs in a certain way for it to balance up. Next, let's take a look at God Tombo. Pretty basic, doesn't really do much, but it's got some very nice metallic green eyes, and I really like the translucent blue wings it has with the scratched paint. and they move up and down. That's pretty much it for that. Next, we're going to move on to God Kamakiri. The scythes, or the front grasping legs, are on a ball joint. The head is also on a very nice ball joint. And the legs can move, mainly for transformation purposes. Next we have God Papillon. The wings are really nice. They actually did a very good job with the paint, especially with the scratched off paint and how it integrates into its regular one. The wings can obviously move up and down. And the legs can move. Next up is God Hachi. Its wings are on a very nice ball joint. I actually wish God Tombo had the same ball joint. The stinger can move, mainly for transformation purposes. The scratch paint is a little bit more subtle on this one. The stinger can also rotate a little bit for stability purposes. Okay, let's take a look at the smaller Shugods. Starting off with God Tento. Next is God Kumo, which are inverses of each other. And here are the Shugods all together. They're a very nice variety. We have the big ones and small ones, the ones that do much and the ones that don't. I didn't really go over God Ant because it doesn't really contribute to much except for the sword, but it's really nice to have an Ant mecha. It's very unique. So let's combine them all together. And here is King-Ohger combined all together. Overall, it looks really nice, and it's very obviously reminiscent of a Super Sentai Robo, of course, traditionally, but also shows an evolution in a sort of way as well, because of how accurate it looks to the suit now than ever before. And that's what I always really appreciated about Dan Oni Taijin as well, how they made it. So let's move on to the articulation. It's double jointed and on a ratchet, which is really nice to have, especially for stabilization. Arms can move up, but you have to move the Kuwagata legs and the horn out of the way, which is really annoying because it really does get in the way of a lot of things. And there goes the Tombo wings. Arms can almost rotate 360. Part of the horn of Kuwagata gets in the way, which is unfortunate. You just have to move it out of the way, I guess. Wrists can rotate 360. Biceps can swivel 360 as well. Legs can move forwards and backwards and move in and out. They're on a very nice ratchet joint. Also has a swivel, which is really nice to have, but it's very loose, which can be a problem when posing. The waist can move 360 on, you guessed it, a ratchet joint. The head is on a ball joint, which can almost move 360. Both God Kumo could be swapped. You can also mix and match God Tento and God Ant because they have the same rail system. Alright, let's try to do some posing. Now let's see if we can go lower. And here's a very poor attempt at the Obari Brave Perspective pose. I do much better in a picture that I'm gonna post later. But wait, there's more. We have the Dan Oni Taijin bonus item, and this just simply fits over the head of King-Ohger. You just fold the horns down and then place it on. Nothing special, it's just to tie in with the whole brief appearance it had in Don Brothers. Would be cool if they made other Sentai Robo face masks like this, but I highly doubt it. Let's bring in the Trailblazer himself, Dan Oni Taijin. One thing I prefer to do for Dan King-Ohger is to fold the horns up instead. I think it looks a lot cooler that way. But I've pretty much gone over everything. Overall, I highly recommend this, even though it does have some faults, especially when it comes to the Kuwagata legs, both by itself and transformed. But that's very easy to overlook when considering the whole thing together is just absolutely phenomenal, and it's just a really nice evolution of Super Sentai Robos in general, and it can only go up from here. This is literally the most articulated Super Sentai robot we've ever gotten so far. Dan Oni Taijin really set the path for that, and you can obviously see where they took the inspiration from, especially with the yellow and black legs, just like that, and the red center. I think my one complaint for like the color choices and everything is that the body is just very red, and that's mainly because Kuwagata takes up most of it. but I think they could have colored the spider legs something else to not make it red, because you already have God Tento, which adds even more red to it, and the red head as well, so it's like, I think you really could change something else and it would still look good. This is the first 10-piece core Robo in Super Sentai history, which is impressive because they originally wanted to make it 20 pieces, and I believe it because the smaller Shugods, they're really fun to have, they're really collectible, and I'm expecting a whole lot more to be released via P Bandai or maybe somewhere else in the main line, but they are so cool. And because in episode 1 we saw a ton of recolors, it was really nice, and it just gets me more excited that we could potentially get these released for more customizable options in the future. I don't necessarily think the Danoni Taijin helmet is essential to get this. It's a really nice bonus to have if you're a huge Don Brothers fan like myself, but aside from that, you're really not missing out on anything. Also, another thing I would probably improve on would be the swivel for the thighs. I would probably make that a ratchet joint because it's way too loose, and when you're trying to pose it in very low positions, it's just gonna fall over. Aside from that, I can't wait to see the 13 combo Legend King-Ohger formation in deluxe form. I think it's going to be incredible. Stay tuned for my God Kabuto review, which is coming up soon. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And let me know what you think of Deluxe King-Ohger as well if you have it. I'd love to hear all of your thoughts. But thank you again for watching this video, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time.